Hello and welcome back to the SaintsPrime Podcast with me, Ollie,
Harry,
Jambo,
Mikey.
Brilliant. Right, so we'll start off some questions that we got. We got a couple in between. We did two batches between
Wednesday and Thursday.
Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday.
After technical difficulties.
Yes, I wonder whose fault that was. So we got someone from. So we got Logan Wiltshire who asked, buying a creative midfielder, why not look for someone like Moy? Anyone got any thoughts on that?
I think with pre-season, Haral's going to give everyone a chance before we do any big name signings, just so he knows who he wants to keep in the squad. It's like he's given Moy a chance to actually prove himself, where he hasn't had much in the second half of the season.
I don't think it's down to the creation, really. I think it's more about defence, then strikers as well, finishing off those chances. So I'd rather focus there rather than creating those chances.
Yeah. Mikey,
No, I think we've got enough creative outlets in the team already. It's just about strengthening the defence first and then concentrating the attack.
Yeah, I think a strong back four, stop the goals coming. We've had we've done well with scoring goals. It's keeping leads. So you think if we can try and strengthen in defence, then we should kick on.
With strengthening defence, who would you drop to the bench in the centre back pairing? Because if I'm assuming we sign one place, then would you keep Bednarek or Vestergaard?
That's difficult. It's all about that pre-season. Who shows to be the best, and who shows to be the best partnership as well. Because there might be the best two centre backs, but if one doesn't work well with the other, then
I would go Yoshida and Vestergaard if we don't sign a centre back.
it's got to be Jan.
I don't know. I think Jan. Yeah, I think he's a lot better than Yoshida. I love Yoshida as a player because you can tell he loves the club, he'll do anything for the team. But I think Yannick, he goes well with Vestergaard. Better than, like I said, Harry said, the pairings.
Yeah, I think you need a leader though somewhere in there.
Yoshida's the leader in the team that we miss out on when he's not on the pitch, and also he's got the pace to cover Vestergaard and Bednarek, and I think Bednarek and Vestergaard are quite slow. I think in the three, Yoshida as a covering centre back works.
Yeah.
In the two, I think you'd need Yoshida in there to take away the defenders.
Anyway, next question.
Okay, so we've got one from GUPP1Y. If you can guess what that is. So they said, do you think they'll loan out any other players? So we've also got quite a few players on loan at the moment. Any that you can think that will go back on loan or either...
I think it'll be more young players who get on loan this season, where I think the budget will be quite tight this season. So I was thinking Ralph's making the money he'll get will be from selling big name players from the team.
Yeah, I think Josh Sims might go because he's not really getting the minutes. I know he's played well when he's came in, but he hasn't really shown that he can be a starting winger. He's a good option, but at that age, you shouldn't be a rotation player. You need to get minutes under your belt. Apart from him, maybe Kane Ramsey, but I think he'll be the backup right back for us. So no one apart from the people that we already loaned out already.
Yeah. Anyone who doesn't get transfer that Ralph doesn't want in the squad, I can see being loaned out.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe Austin or something like that.
Yeah, possibly.
But I reckon the Championship team will come in for him. I think
good.
with Charlie, he could be a Premier League quality striker. But I think if he wants to get back there, get his goal scoring record back up. I don't think he can really get that of any Premier League teams.
Wages will probably be a problem, but let's be honest, Fulham are probably going to pay that.
He's on about 60-70 grand.
What do you think the big championship?
Charlie Austin swap deal, maybe?
I'll take that.
Bit of money.
You think that the big championship teams, they can afford
easily,
big wages now if they know, and you think Charlie's decent goal scoring in the Premier League, so in the championship. Definitely when that pace is lowered a little bit.
When they just missed out on the promotion.
Yeah, they definitely want to get back up.
Yeah.
Shall we have another question?
Sure thing.
Again, this was Wednesday's question, I believe. So we've got someone, Barris 2003, his name's tripping me up a little bit. Who to sign and who to build a team around?
Build a team around Højbjerg, Nathan, James Ward-Prowse, Jan Bednarek, all those people. Keep the core of the squad and just strengthen where we're a bit weak, maybe in the striking area for me.
So I'm not too sure. I'd like to see Lookman come in. Like I said, another attacking quality player, play on the wings and up front as well. But he's the only player I really want to see come in, but I don't really know about anyone else who they're looking at. Personally, anyone else know anyone?
I think it's interesting. Our core that we've built for a long time has always been 4-2-3-1. So it depends if Hassanusa wants to change that a little bit, and if that will change what his core is going to look like. But I think the main performers of last year have definitely got to be built on. I think he's named a couple of people, especially Nathan Redmond and Højbjerg, that he wants to build around. So I think you've got to follow him and trust him.
I think it's going to be a weird transfer window because it seemed like towards the end of the season we were really getting a team spirit together, and that a lot of the players that hadn't been performing in the first half of the season has been performing in the second half, and it has looked like that they could end up in a team in the top 10, in the top half of the table. So it'll be an interesting summer to see who Ralph lets go and who he keeps around.
Yeah.
Because I think that most of the starting 11 deserve to stay because they've played well, they've got the results to keep us up. It'll be interesting to see what he does with it.
Yeah. Okay, so the Thursday questions we let out, they've got a common theme. So
quite a few.
Alfie Malin, Barnaby King, It's Biz,
Don't read all
Ethan
of
Dean.
them. So many.
But they all
So
have
many.
both different opinions. It's all about the kit basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, Joseph Motter's thoughts on the new kits. You guys, what do you reckon?
The first one looks like it's been... The home one looks like it's been made off of Microsoft Paint. Second one just looks a bit dull. Third one, I'm a fan of white kits, and I think that looks quite nice.
Yeah, I don't like the home one. It seems like Under Armour don't like making kits that join at the top of the shirt. I mean, we've had the bra shirt the first year, and then the last seasons which had a cut here, and now they've got a whole black panel cut just above the chest.
It's an interesting choice.
It's quite. I mean, I don't. And to be honest, they don't really seem to do it with other teams either. I don't know why they seem. They obviously want to move away from the traditional red and white stripes all the way up, but I just don't like it being cut there.
Yeah,
I think it looks
I'm not a
quite
fan.
strange.
Yeah.
Go on.
I love it. I like a yellow away Saints kit, so I'm a big fan of like I said, away kit. Hence Ollie's shirt, which I wanted to get hold of, but unfortunately couldn't get one. I really love the third kit as well. I'm hoping it goes on general release, because I think was it 2 seasons ago now. You got the third kit, the white kit was such a nice.
That was a mistake.
How do you want to say to everyone how much you spent on that
No.
kit? Soft bamboo file, match one shirt. How much did you spend, Harry?
No comment. Let's move on.
But anyway,
I'm not revealing finances.
That sort of kit I would like to be on sale. Like main clubs, like United, they all sell every single one of their kits.
If anyone wants to buy it off me, email.
Yeah. But yeah, like the home kit example, it's just not very nice. But it's just like, why is the black strip? Why is it so thick?
Yeah.
I think maybe it could be a bit nicer if it's quite thin along the top on the shoulders, maybe.
See, that's what we talk about.
But like the kit there, for example,
it goes on the top.
across here, but then just not the.
Yeah, you think that the old kind of like mid-noughties kits, like 2004, 2005, had the black.
The Gareth Bale.
Yes, like we talk about. It has the black along here. It's got thick stripes.
Really nice.
I think that's what they were going for. But I don't know why. Like you can see the seam is here. Normally, most seams are up here. But they have got one, so they've bought a material to go from there down to there. I just think it looks so strange.
Another thing I think I reckon they will change. Sorry, Mikey.
It's fine. It's right.
With the sponsorship logo, the Land of Sports, they should have made it.
It's not actually Land of Sports.
How would you? What was it then?
Lee Dong Sports.
Yeah, we were looking at this in the car, trying to work out. And the more you look into it, the less you find out about the club. It's quite interesting. The amount of inconsistencies. I mean, there's 2 founding places, 2 starting places. We had a go in it.
No UK website.
No,
I mean, that's coming out in July.
We tried to go on the Chinese website. It said it's going to steal our information, so we didn't go on that one.
But anyway, I think they should have made it all black and not have that blue bit in it. I think it looks really strange having a bit of light blue on our home kit. That's red and white. Why is that there? I think especially with the big black theme of the kit, they should make the sponsor all black.
Yeah,
made it a lot nicer.
Well, like this one here, I don't know if you can put a photo.
I'll try and get a photo up.
If you see that, that's the Lamina one.
Yeah.
And besides from the fact he looks a little bit not match ready, it looks very grey in that photo, and it reminds me of one of the. It was like a training kit that we had before. Yeah.
Oh,
you remember it a couple of seasons ago? It was like a light grey with the Illuminous on it.
I'll put another photo.
Yeah, I'm gonna let Jamie do the editing, and then.
Oh, I know exactly.
Yeah, you know the one. And but it seems the inconsistencies. That there's a couple of photo shoots. There's the initial release, and then there was one in the training ground with them all kind of doing action shots, and it looks a lot darker. And I think it looks much nicer. The away kit being black on the yellow. Because it looks like the from what was it, 5-6 seasons ago, kind of
probably
championship days. That one with the yellow on top with the black. Or was it it was a light navy or something like that?
That was the year we got promoted, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then the white one that Jamie's showing. You're just
I'll put the photo up.
You're making more and more editing for yourself.
I know. I'm regretting this now. The word third kit.
Yeah.
It's very blue on the sleeves and on here, but then on the actual photo Mikey showed us before the thing was released with all 5 of them where it's signing up, it's black. There's no blue in it at all.
Yeah, there's no blue.
It's almost as if they changed the kit design last minute.
Because to incorporate it looks like it because it works quite well with the sponsor, doesn't it? So maybe they did that. There's so many strange. Like there's a button with no collar. It's just like a small little button there. And then it's got double sleeves. So you've got not only this bit, you've got another bit on it. It's got a weird collar. It just gets stranger and stranger.
Mikey, what's your opinion? Now get to it.
I like the kits.
You've been an optimist for once.
The world's gone topsy-turvy.
I have no problems with the kits whatsoever. I like the away kit. I think the away kit's smart. Whether it's grey or black in different lighting, I think it looks smart. The third kit, I like it. And the home kit's growing on me. The more I see it, the more I like it. I think it will just be like a lot of our Saints fans when the kit officially comes out first, people don't like it.
Every year, same thing.
By the first game, people like the kit because they've got used to it in pre-season.
See,
and stuff like that.
I didn't know. I mean, when last season's kit got ordered, it was the first year that I haven't bought a kit and taken it away to whatever I was doing in summer. So if I was going on holiday to Cornwall or going away, I normally like to buy a shirt, me and my dad, and wear it on holiday. It's like the start of the summer for me. And that was the first year I didn't do it because I just really didn't like it. I thought it might grow on me, I might get used to it, but again that season it seems like they didn't quite get it right. I mean, by the end of the season, you get used to it, but again when I saw it, it wasn't really a Saints kit for me. It was half blocks, you had black stripes between it, and the fact that the Under Armour logo broke the stripes last year, I think that's subconsciously doesn't work right with me. It's almost like Under Armour doesn't quite work with the kit.
Another thing I don't like is that Under Armour put the name Under Armour underneath their logo on this new kit.
Yeah, they've done that, haven't they? Yeah.
It's looked... everything about it is wrong.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I'll hope it will grow on me, because honestly I want it to, but my planning when it comes around to buying it, which incidentally I had a look at, you can't get it from the store.
Pre-order 20th of May.
Yeah, pre-order 20th of May, but you can't actually go to the store and buy it till the 28th of June.
Really?
Yeah.
How come?
I'm not too sure. That's just the date that they've decided.
That's long.
I can have a look and see if I'm getting it completely wrong, but
that's long.
I mean, it's a pretty big window, isn't it?
Is there not a reason why they've done that?
I can have a look. It's not like
maybe they have to get
so
sales
if you
up in
pre-order
China.
it, then does it get to you before that date then? Or does it? You have to wait to
no, pre-order comes exactly the same time. It just means that you'll get it first. Well, not first, but you've got guaranteed it, which
seems a bit.
There we go. So the home and away goalkeeper kits will be available to buy from the store at 8 AM on Friday the 28th of June. I'm not making up.
Goalkeeper kits, don't really like the light blue one. Love the pink one.
The pink one is so nice.
Pink one.
It's like,
I love it.
What they've done is they notice Liverpool's Alisson, who he wears this pink kit whole season,
right?
Got the most clean sheets in the league. Angus Gunn wearing pink kit next season. Boom.
You think it off-puts the strikers with the bright
what
pink?
It is.
I'm not right. I don't care about the goalkeeper kits. They can do whatever they want.
I'm tempted to get the pink kit. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not a big fan.
I got my Stuart Taylor. Yeah, my Stuart Taylor goalkeeper kit.
I'm not sure. I think it's just I don't think you look very intimidating and come out to catch a cross if you're wearing a bright pink shirt.
Well, if anything, that's quite mean of you to say. What's wrong with pink? Is that a girly colour?
I didn't say that. I'm just saying. I just don't think it's. I don't think it's very
Next topic.
I was thinking that as well. I was most certainly thinking that as well.
Let's get to arguments about it.
Okay, so we've done some questions. Should we have a little review of the Huddersfield game if we want to?
We absolutely have to.
I don't want to talk about it.
It was probably in the 2 years that I've had a season ticket. It was probably the worst game that I've ever seen.
Just quality-wise.
We didn't even win. We didn't lose, and you're saying it's the worst game.
It is the worst game because at least if we lost last season or this season, the other team had a little bit of quality. Yeah. Huddersfield were awful. Yeah. We were awful. You had that one magic moment from Redmond, and
beautiful
then
goal,
you had Angus Gunn forgetting that he was actually playing football.
Yeah.
Alex Pritchard, though, he scored, and I said that last week, that Alex Pritchard is
We didn't really. It wasn't like he
one of
had a
Huddersfield's good
clear
players.
chance of scoring. It's just our keeper made a mistake. Not like it was
Pressing
actually a
the
good
ball.
goal.
Pressing the ball.
Yeah.
If he didn't press it, he wouldn't have scored. But yeah, it's one of those, it's an end of season game. There's no energy, 1-1. It's just
it was pretty
typical
poor.
result. No, I don't think any of us predicted it. Everyone said the Saints were going to win.
I was saying 3-0 win.
Yeah.
I said 1-0 and it'd be tough. So that's.
I can't even remember. I think I was quite positive, but I booked time off work for that. I booked time off. Yeah, I booked time off. I was like, it's brilliant against Huddersfield. We'll clearly outclass them. Good game. Clap the players off. Finished the end of the season. Just added that little bit of a dampener. Even when the fans kind of 85th minute started walking away and not clapping the.
What is wrong with you?
So we're getting up the video. Trying to get.
Should I start again?
No, it's fine.
Right.
Let's keep going, Ollie.
Keep going.
It's a little mistake on my behalf.
Keep going.
And the fans not clapping the players. So after a whole season, changing it around, changing the. Changing that season around and getting out of relegation, you can't even stay to clap.
No, our fans are muppets. So.
I don't think people realise, because it's always been. I've had since February. I've felt like that we're going to stay up, even though we've been quite close and probably in the relegation zone at that point. I always thought that we'd stay up.
So
I don't think people realised how dire the situation actually was.
Yeah.
When Hughes got sacked, we were
going down.
I think everyone else did. I don't think us two realised the situation.
We didn't
everyone else did.
I was still happy. I had a season
I
ticket.
think we
Shane was
realised.
playing.
Well, to be honest, I remember at Hasenhüttl, after that Arsenal win, even the fact that we were playing well and losing, it didn't make me worried because we were playing good football.
Yeah.
And I thought even if we go down, at least we did it playing good football. We did the best we could instead of getting it's Sam Allardyce and just surviving for another 6 months and
what
then
Cardiff almost did.
Doing the whole thing again. Like I'd rather go down and do the actual, do football right. Play it well, and at least you can be proud of yourselves at the end of the season. Yeah, Jamie's pulled it up there as well. The colours look completely different.
Don't they?
Oh my god!
So the first, it's different
Oh.
colour kit from the promotion video to the actual photos they're taking.
We'll just see on the first pre-season game what colour it is. It'll probably change by then.
I think, to be fair, I need to see it in person. Because if I'm going to buy it, I need to see what it looks like on me.
This kit is just very annoying. I'm sure everyone agrees with that.
Should we go back on the flow?
Do we have to go back to the Huddersfield game, or should we move?
Or just
game.
I just want to say that it was the perfect ending to the perfect. Well, not the perfect season, but
it summed up our season.
It summed up the season where even we didn't look great at the start of the game. We never start well at the start of the game. We then have one moment of magic from Redmond. He'll produce something good, score a goal, and then we'll look like we're controlling the game until a defensive error.
We just didn't have enough shots at their keeper because it was his debut. Probably a bit of nerves in there. Didn't have enough shots. Didn't test him enough. Apart from that Ward-Prowse shot, I can't think of any dangerous shots we had apart from Nathan Redmond's goal, which was disappointing. But like I said, slow paced. There was no energy. But what can you expect? Last game of the season against Huddersfield.
Yeah. Okay.
I do.
One
more thing.
Yeah.
I do also want to say that I was happy for Jack Stevens in the fact that he did not make a mistake in the 90 minutes.
How good of him.
Yeah.
He did not make one.
That wasn't great. The people around me saying Jack Stevens has still got a mistake in him. You're thinking, it's almost like I remember Yoshida used to do that. You kind of think it'll get his one big mistake over, kind of a small weighted pass back to the keeper or something.
Yeah.
And almost after he did that, you kind of felt more comfortable.
Yeah.
Because he only did one, but
he played well.
Yeah, he played
surprisingly.
Fair play to him.
Okay.
First time you could say he's finally made a good appearance at Southampton.
Okay, so should we move away from the Huddersfield?
I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that at all.
Go on.
I'm not happy with that at all. He scored four games in a row last season, didn't he? Or something like that. Played really well in a back two next to Yoshida. He came in for a League Cup semi-final against Liverpool and played really well. Made a really good tackle in the end of the game. Jack Stevens is a better player than most Southampton fans say. It's only because he's from our
You don't know
youth
what you've
academy.
walked into.
It's only because he's from our youth academy that we say that he's not a good
Technically,
player.
he's not actually.
He's from Plymouth.
He joined. He joined
cares,
Plymouth.
right?
He had
It's
1 year on 23s or something.
He
Yeah.
counts
He's
as
not
a homegrown
realistically-
player.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't say.
I think it's quite strange because a lot of our youth players get almost a lot more respect or a lot more leeway with the fans. However, people turned on Jack Stevens. I mean, I can't.
I think he's been around so long now.
Yeah, I can't
You'd
really
expect him to be
pinpoint
good.
when exactly the turning point was. I think
it was Cardiff. I think when you
When he
made
gave
that
that
mistake
goal,
from
yeah.
Cardiff, if he doesn't make that mistake, people feel a lot happier about him. But it's because he made that one mistake it was a massive game. But I think it was also a wake-up call at that point. Because I think if we would have beaten Cardiff, the players would have switched off a little bit because we lost.
it's true.
Made them stay.
So you're saying that Jack Stevens saved us from
Jack
relegation?
Stevens saved us from relegation.
Okay. Well, you talked about Cardiff, and we put out our SaintsPrime Awards, didn't we?
First one.
Yeah,
First
we did it
SaintsPrime
on.
Awards.
We did it on our Instagram at SaintsPrime.
I'm pretty sure anyone who watches this is from their account.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying it. Just saying it. So one of the first questions there was the worst moment of the season, and we just talked about the Cardiff, which was one of the options. So the away loss to Cardiff got 87 votes. The 6-1 loss to Manchester City got 123, and by far the winner was the home loss to Cardiff at 509 votes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
So that was a clear point. I think Mikey said it there, but it was a clear down point in the season.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the worst moments of the season.
Yeah.
I think another one was probably, and it's not in that list, I'd say it was the 2-2 draw against Man United at home. Because you think that we're 2-0 up, but we do the same thing. To be fair, this season hasn't been great under Hughes. Most of the bad seasons.
I think the thing is with the Cardiff was, I remember we were waiting for a lift, and just it was probably the most I've been affected by a game afterwards. I'd say I'd normally have about a 10-20 minute call-off period.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a bit annoyed, and then afterwards I'm all right with it. But Cardiff really ruined me. That really ruined me afterwards.
I think it was the fact that you had such a high when Jack Stevens scored.
Yes.
We don't really score late.
We didn't see it before.
And Jack Stevens scores, and you're thinking, like, at least we've got a point.
That's
At least
one
they're
moment
not
I liked
going to
actually.
catch up to us.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
And then they go at the other
And you
end
think it's going to be the
score.
reverse. We've seen it so many times to us where there's been a late goal that we've conceded, heads
Yeah.
go down,
And it's
and
ruined
you can
us.
go again. And you think this is going to be the other way around. We're finally going to see it.
Yeah.
I've seen so many goals that have been a turning point. Maybe I'm going to see it the other way. Maybe I'm going to see what those away fans see when they come down to St Mary's.
How they feel.
And it didn't go. It didn't go in the playbook, did it?
And then we go and concede.
We go and concede.
Minute, 96th
And just
minute, whatever they are.
that heart-sinking moment was just so painful.
So I was at home. I saw the notification about, oh my, hang on, what are they on? Jack Stevens.
Yeah.
We rescued a point.
Yeah.
What's going on? I was literally so happy. My brother was like, I'm quite a passionate supporter. So at home, we were screaming, Mum was shouting. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Saints just equalised.
Yeah.
At added time.
Yes.
Then, how long was it? Like a minute or so?
It was
a couple of
literally
minutes.
Yeah.
minute or two.
Literally-
I think we won the ball back from their kick-off, and then it went back to Jack
Yeah, but that's
Stevens.
like notification for I thought it was
And he
going to be full
passed it.
time saying,
Yeah.
oh, Saints rescued a point. Hang on a minute.
No.
They scored again.
So my dad had to go to work at half time, so I had to endure the euphoria and pain
Oh,
all by myself.
oh,
And
yeah.
I was looking at it, there's nothing. But that's why I was voted the worst moment, because that felt like relegation was almost beckoning for so many people. Whereas the other Cardiff result, we had still so much time. Ralph's just taken over. It's all
Because
good.
you
It's all
think
good,
as well
and that's
with
the worst moment.
if that was a top six, you would take it a little bit easier because you
Yeah.
could just blame the quality.
That's also the reason why the City game's not the worst, because even though we conceded 6 goals, we
You
still
think
got one,
that-
and
that's a billion invested squad.
it's the
isn't it?
champions that
Whereas
we
you
lost
think
to.
Cardiff, which are in our heads the worst side, we play better football, we got a better squad, yada yada yada, and the fact that they just beat us when it came pound to pound on that day, they just were that much better. I think that's when it really hurt, because you thought, well, if Cardiff can beat us on their day, who else can they beat on their day?
Yeah.
And then you kind of think, relegation, it doesn't seem so far off now.
Shall we not get bogged down in the worst moment?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
so
next question.
Yeah,
Go.
Sorry. We'll just keep
This
talking
is-
about it.
Okay.
This is getting
Completely
a
the opposite
lot,
side.
Okay.
Best
more
moment.
depressing.
Best.
Oh, blimey, you're testing me. Best moment of the season. Here we go. So we got the win versus Tottenham, win versus Arsenal, and the day Hassan Husserl was appointed. So quite good little selection there. So the win versus Arsenal got 212 votes. Oh no, 221 for the day Hassan Husserl was appointed. Sorry, I wasn't very smooth there. And the win versus Tottenham got 285, which I think is deservedly so. I think that's got to be my game of the season.
I've never heard of all around St Mary's like it.
Oh.
Prowsey's free kick went in. That was, and it was. It's also the fact that again we've seen so many games where we've led and then they've scored 2 quick goals in the last couple of minutes, and then we do the complete opposite to Tottenham. That second half is the best performance I've ever seen from a Southampton team.
The thing I liked about it most was the fact James Prowse 2 free kicks in two separate games.
Yeah, I mean, could you write if you had a pen and paper, and you had to write down what you'd want? You go, well, we'll go Tottenham because we don't like them. They still manage some players. But we'll do that. James Ward-Prowse, Southampton prodigy. We'll write him down for it. Free kick to repeat it that he did against Man United. You just think if you write that down on pen and paper, that would be absolutely perfect. And he went and did it, didn't he? Down the northern end as well. The home fans.
I know that a lot of people disagree.
The Ronaldo celebration as well.
I know a lot of people disagree with recording stuff from on at games and stuff like that. Yeah. I wish I recorded that. I wish I because the angle that I had, I was directly behind Ward-Prowse when he hit that, so you could see the bend of it. You could, as soon as he hit it, you could see it was going in.
Yeah,
and
Hugo Lloris was made a
chills.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had half a mind to record it because he was almost parallel in front of me, but I thought there'll be loads of people that record it. I'm just
you'll just pick it up from Twitter.
Yeah.
What I have noticed though,
drink it in.
From now on, every time Prowse is on a free kick, everyone's got their phones out.
Yeah.
Especially like at I had mentioned it, the Huddersfield game when I think it's second half, he's in front of family stand. Everyone had their phones out. Oh my god! Yeah. It happened again.
Yeah. You don't want to miss it, don't you?
And no, never mind.
Yeah. Oh well.
So there was a lot for the Hasenhuttl one, but that was more hindsight when he got promoted. But I just really like that Arsenal game because it felt like that was the turning point in our season when we came from behind twice. Came from level twice. 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2. The fight, the resilience that wasn't there under Hughes was there. And I know Arsenal are bad at home, so it's basically like playing Huddersfield. Well, we drew against Huddersfield, I can't really say that. And then Danny Ings scoring twice. You got Austin scoring. It was. I think
Long's cross.
It was fantastic.
I had to get Shane Long in his head.
Yeah, why is this goal against Watford not on there?
That's a good point, actually.
I didn't do the options.
It was me, and there was about 4 people that said that. There was so many people that said, obviously, the Tottenham one.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We all have our one at the end.
So do you want surprise player or most underrated next?
Well, we're going to do both of them, so you might as well do them.
Which one do you want next?
Surprise player.
Surprise
player. Surprise player.
I'll
go for that.
The other one.
Where'd I go, man? So we got Ward-Prowse, Valerie, and Redmond. So there's 3 choices.
Wait, is this a surprise player?
Surprise player.
Surprise
player.
That's a bit obvious question. Answer then, really.
You got Redmond with 87. He obviously had a brilliant season, but I don't think he played quite well last season as well. So you probably put it down to that. Ward-Prowse with 197 votes, and Valerie 433.
So who did this question?
Me.
So why would you put 2 players you'd expect to do well in a season with Valerie, who's an academy player no one knew of?
I'm just going off what people said on Tuesday.
Why would you not put Gunn in, for example?
Because there wasn't many people that said Gunn.
Maybe they didn't think of him.
Right, can you
stop? Anyway, I'm saying Valerie definitely 100%. For example, I had no clue who he was before the season started. Yeah. And it's the fact he came in, he took over. The fact that he got rid of Cedric, he won the Portuguese international, won the Euros, and then this teenager's just taken his place in a Premier League side.
Yeah,
I thought that was brilliant for me.
I think it's been a fantastic season because as soon as he's came in, we've not conceded a back post header or many. Whereas
maybe
with
that's
Cedric,
just because Cedric's
like
5'4"
That's what I mean. Valerie's 6 foot, so there's no point doing it.
I'd also argue that we were a bit more organised under Hasenhuttl, so the centre backs were actually picking up the men running into the box, and it wasn't Cedric on his own at the back stick next to Glenn.
Well, you watch it a lot, and what strikers were obviously told to do was to peel off to that in between.
Yeah.
So Cedric thinks in his head, well, I'm not going to challenge him. I'll leave him to the centre back. And that miscommunication that we didn't have, he just expects the right centre back to take up that person, and it'd basically be a free header at the back of the post, or a not very contested challenge at the back of the post.
I think you expect the centre back to take control of that situation. I would say Cedric being blamed for all the headers. I mean, yes, he's not a very tall player, so you can't expect him to win the headers. You've got to expect the centre backs to take control in that situation, and that's why I felt sorry for Cedric when he got a lot of the blame put on him.
But so even like goal kicks and things like that, they are told put it down the
put it down the right or the left flank because the little Portuguese lad will do that.
But you think if you win that header against Cedric, it's down the line. You're immediately in, aren't you? That's a cross, working inside of the box.
With Valerie, he's more dangerous, I feel, attacking because he's better at taking people on. The way he went past Ake, he sucked him in and then just pushed the ball past him and got the cross into target. Was sensational.
Okay, so that was our surprise player, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we'll move on to our most underrated player. So we've got Jan Bednarek, Shane Long.
That was actually. It wasn't Mikey that does that. And
Oriol Romeo. So Oriol Romeo got 141 votes. Shane Long got 139, and Jan Bednarek got 522. So Bednarek again.
I would say Bednarek wasn't a underrated player though, because Southampton fans rate Bednarek. Like, the Premier League don't rate Bednarek, but I think there was a graph that was put up on Twitter, and it had like important interceptions and important tackles.
Premier League stats.
And Vestergaard and Bednarek were the two behind Van Dijk.
Yeah.
So it's not the fact that he's underrated. I think he's underrated by the league, but not underrated by the fans.
I think when you look at his Who Scored stats, he always seems to be at a 7. I think in the next 2-3 years he'll be either top 6 of the Premier League or top 4 in one of the best one of the top few leagues. So I don't think he's underrated by us. But it was just
underrated by the league. I would say Romeu's probably the underrated player.
I'd say Shane Long.
I think with Romeu, especially the first half of the season, Hughes evidently didn't rate him. He was barely ever in the squad. And him to come back from that, I said, mentally, he said, "Oh, well, I'm clearly not a very good player if this manager's not wanting me." Having Hasenhüttl to come in, reviving his career, reviving his season. I think that was quite good for him this season.
It's just weird. I think Shane, because under Hughes, he was trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and when Ralph has put that round peg in the round, when he's put the correct peg in the correct hole, that's what he's done well. And I don't think he's got enough credit. The amount of goals, he's not scored loads, but since Ralph's taken over and he's been in that role, because his work rate's tireless, and there's a reason why he's been selected by the past 4 managers, even though the fans haven't really rated him. It's because he's a good player.
I would say that he's only performed in the last 2 months or so. It wasn't like an instantaneous impact.
Yeah, but he's always showed promise that he's
he's always showed promise, but he hasn't been starting over Ings until he got injured, and then the last 2 months, that's where he's really switched on. Maybe that's just because of the opportunity that he's had. But Romeu's been consistent since Hasenhüttl's taken over. And even before when Hughes, he was still playing well. In a very poor team.
I don't think you could give an underrated award to someone that's won Player of the Year in the past 3 seasons.
Yeah, but you think he was scrutinised last season as one of the poorest players in that team.
Yeah,
and he's turned it around and he's been quite consistent.
Yeah, because Romeu loves that pressing game, doesn't he?
Yeah,
you can obviously see it through being brought through Barcelona.
The style that he
likes being close, and he almost jumps at them like that to stop
scary bloke.
Hence the 11 yellow cards this season.
Yeah, but you probably find when we were sitting off people a lot more, he had to be more reliant on his pace and his interceptions, which you probably didn't have too much of.
You don't see Romeu as someone who is mentally he's got the mental capability of intercepting, reading play quite well. Yeah, he's a destroyer. He'll go in, he'll make tackles. And,
a bit like what we had from Wanyama. He wasn't technically. You wouldn't really put if a pass was more than 15 yards, it wasn't getting there. Yeah. But breaking up possession. And
it was Wanyama to Sneijderlin and it's Romeu to Højbjerg or Ward-Prowse. It's a simple role, but he does it really well.
Yeah, but you guys voted for Jan Bednarek, so that is the SaintsPrime player of the year.
So final award, the big one, the SaintsPrime Player of the Year. Build a bit of atmosphere.
I probably ruined the mic, so don't do that.
Okay, so we've got it between Højbjerg, Redmond and Ward-Prowse. So Ward-Prowse came third with 172 votes. Højbjerg second with 266, leaving Redmond with 486 votes.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise, but because of obviously he won the Player of the Year, and I said that it was going to be the winner, so obviously I'm correct.
You always have to be right.
But I just think it's fantastic the way he turns the fans, because so many people wrongly were booing him, and now he's turned around and now he's fans' favourite.
Yeah.
So I think it's
I
fantastic.
think it's
for
really,
him. Goals,
really good
assists,
the fact that
everything.
he's really changed it around, and people have obviously started to give him that respect that he deserves.
I think the whole squad have to go to his little training camp in America, and then we'll win the league next year.
I think as well, in fact, he's. Sorry. I think as well. So I can't speak. Sorry, I can't speak. I can keep everything in. It's a raw podcast to speak on.
That just means a lazy podcast. That's what it is.
It's raw.
Anyway.
With Redmond, I said Harrow saying everyone hated him last season.
Not everyone.
Well, the silly fans.
The silly fans hated him.
The fickle fans.
I said the fact that, especially with Ralph's, everybody rates him to build a team around him. The fact he's gone from being despised to having a team built around him really shows his progression he's made.
Yeah.
In fact, his goal scoring capability now is amazing.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's very good.
Okay, so that's with the awards. We'll leave that for another year. Should we do some quick news quickly? Just go through. We've got a couple
what have you got
topics.
written down there for us?
So I've got the under-23s. Thought we'd talk about them.
Oh,
quickly.
emotion.
Me and Mikey went.
We were there.
It was decent.
It was a good
Alindaloo,
game.
fantastic.
He looks
powerful striker.
He looks like a good player coming through the academy.
Second goal, fantastic build-up play. Quite easy win in the end, to be fair.
I mean, we did it the Southampton way of conceding late and making it a little bit interesting for the fans.
Yeah.
Got there in the end.
But we did something Portsmouth can't do and get promoted.
Jahidi is an underrated manager.
Yeah, I think it's important though to definitely for our youth system to push them to that highest level, so that transition from under 23s to Premier League is competitive as possible. Because although it'll give them confidence being in the second league and getting goals, you don't want that massive gap between the two leagues being too different. So I think it's definitely good that we're in that first league. What I thought was quite
with Saints getting promoted as well. They only lost on goal difference to the playoffs.
Yeah,
so unfortunate. Yeah. I was a bit surprised by our house. I didn't really know how the youth system works. I was a bit. When I saw they finished second, I assumed they got automatic promotion. But there's a bit of silverware there. It's quite nice.
Yeah, definitely.
You also had to beat Villa and Newcastle in the playoffs, and those are two good youth systems.
Good
You've had good players
teams,
coming through. Definitely. Those two setups. So to beat them is
especially in that Midlands area. They've got a lot of good players.
Yeah, definitely. Next talking topic, just a little one. I think you can always read a little bit from the lap of appreciation. Was there anything when you saw going around that kind of stuck out to you?
Yoshida's kid's adorable. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
absolutely adorable.
Well, I think Alex McCarthy's daughter was just if I saw around the family time, just clapping everyone. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah. I was more going on the facts. I was thinking more players going and leaving, but you guys were just looking there.
It's cute. The thing that I want to point out is it's really funny to see that you have Højbjerg's and Yoshida's daughter not caring a hell in the world of any support and stuff like that. Shane Long's kids, they have obviously been trained over the last couple of years because they were clapping. They were really proper in line, and then you just had Højbjerg's and Yoshida
just going
running
mental.
What was your point then?
Well, one thing that I saw, Lamina came to the Northern stand and was doing the chants. So, like the Lamina chant, he was doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, really clapping. And I think to me that might have been a goodbye. I think he might be. Although he was modelling the new kit, so
I think with Lamina, I think where he came from Juve, he wants to be the main man of the team.
Yeah.
I think what he realises with Højbjerg's kind of taking that position where he's been injured.
And he's definitely been given the chance as well in different games.
I think if he didn't have that injury, Højbjerg may not have had the big influence he had in the team. Because I think realistically, they were battling up for the position, weren't they?
Yeah.
But now, with his injury, that's how he got the place in the team. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion. You may not agree with it.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Austin as well lagged back a little bit, and I think the players at the back were definitely trying to soak up as much as possible. I think Austin may have looked.
To be fair, I think Ralph made it very public that he's able to leave.
Yeah,
it's a mutual thing. It's not like trying to push him out.
Yeah, that's what I liked about it as well. Ralph wasn't a horrible like other managers are. It's like he how he respects his players.
He's honest with them as well. So he will tell them directly if he's in their plans and not. And to be fair, if they want to stick around and if they want to try and break into the first team, they can try. It's fine because they're good players. They wouldn't be playing in the Premier League.
Like you said that, Mikey.
I know.
Okay. Next one. So England news. Prowsey and Nathan Redmond got a call up. Harry, any thoughts?
I was a bit surprised about Redmond, but when you see the injuries, then you can't really.
Yeah.
Maybe Maddison over Redmond. I'm not too sure, but I'm happy
they
to see
had
them
the
both
same goal scoring statistics.
Yeah, so I'm happy to see them both. I don't think they'll get any minutes of it all because it's competitive, proper competitive games.
Also, it's like so we've got the. I thought it's got the rubbish little
Nations
friendly trophy.
League.
That's the one, the Nations League. It goes down to a 23-man squad, so a 28.
Oh.
So I don't really see either of them getting down to the 23-man squad.
Prowsey
I'd
possibly.
like to say though, it's only a rubbish competition if we don't win it.
Yes, it's only rubbish if we don't win.
Johnson's Bay Trophy, the most prestigious award.
It is.
But yeah, I think.
It's still good to see them get to that level of getting called up because they'll take something from that at the very least.
I want to go back to Jamie's point where I think Ward-Prowse has got a better chance of breaking into the midfield than Redmond because you've got Sterling and Sancho as the two wide players for England. Redmond's not breaking into those two. Those two are class players. But like you see Henderson, Dyer,
Winks, who's been injured for a long time.
Yeah, Winks isn't. Barkley, like they're not.
And it gives you a guaranteed set piece danger as well, doesn't it? You think of that.
A bit like Beckham.
When you've got Ward-Prowse, he's not strong in every position, but he's competent in different roles in the central midfield. Whereas Ross Barkley, Henderson, well not Henderson, he's showed he's quite good for Liverpool for once, but Dyer, they've showed. Well, Henderson's only. Well, we're going a bit off topic. Henderson showed that he's better in a more advanced role. And fair play to him because he wasn't amazing at the defensive role. But Ward-Prowse can do a multitude of different things.
Would you say? I know it's not Saints related, but would you say Maddison should get in over Lingard?
Yeah,
because Lingard's, like I said, I don't know it's English, but Josh King's outscored him and Rashford the last 4 seasons straight. So I don't understand how they're getting in the squad. I think it's just the big club mentality.
No,
like Wan-Bissaka should have got the team as well.
I would say it's Southgate. Southgate said when he was England manager that he's going to build a squad. And I think Lingard and Rashford
are going to be part of that.
You look at how they played in the World Cup, they were superb in the system that Southgate played. And I think they're an integral part of the squad for the next World Cup as well.
I suppose so. Yeah.
So I would say that he's going to keep them in the team and keep them playing in the system. And it'll just be to see if Ward-Prowse and Redmond can break in to the squad before the next.
But Lingard will be like 29 by the next World Cup.
Well, he's 27 now.
27. I'd say 30 then. So don't even be in that squad for the World Cup.
I mean, he's 30. He can still play football. If he's still playing at Man United, still playing Champions League football.
Wingers have I think you have about a 10-year of your prime playing, don't you? I think wingers with that pace, they probably go more 18 to 28 than midfielders, which are more 20 to 30.
I'll say
goalkeepers
Lingard's
25,
more
35.
an attacking midfielder then.
Yeah, it depends how long his legs got. That's the only thing I'm wondering.
Also, he didn't really start playing first team football for Man United until he's like 23, 24.
Alright. Okay. Should we do a bit of transfers? I mean, one thing.
Blast through them.
Yeah, I thought one thing that's quite interesting. Rondon, as West Brom didn't get promoted, his release clause still stays at 16.5 million.
But I think that's just to Newcastle. I don't think that's a release clause to the whole.
No, I think it might be. I don't know. But he'll want to go to whatever it is. He'll want to go to Newcastle. It just depends if Michael Ashley wants to pay the money.
Yeah, that's true.
But I like him.
I think that would be Lookman. I think we've got.
I mentioned him earlier. 100%. I used him in my career mode.
FIFA
17. He's amazing.
Goodness,
he's amazing. He's in my Saints team as well. I predicted this from 2 years ago.
Your point.
I'm a prodigy.
Your point for that.
Saints should hire me as a scout. That's what I'm saying.
It's irrelevant.
It's not irrelevant because FIFA knew his predictions.
Ralph Hasenhüttl's works with him. He did one under Hasenhüttl. Works with the system. He doesn't play for Everton, so he'd want to come.
Yeah.
He's fast.
He's
also only £20 million. Everton only want £20 million, and that's something that we are likely to pay for a young English prospect as well.
Definitely. Yeah. Any others that you guys have heard of?
Balassi, I saw 7.
No, he's too old.
I'd avoid.
Too old. I think if Ralph's trying to make a younger team right now, so why would he want to sign a 29-year-old? The reason why he got rid of Davis.
Anything else? Any transfers you can think of at all?
Top of my head.
Not transfers, but just want to mention the Southampton women's team. They've got a cup final this Sunday against Oxford, isn't
Let's be honest, Jamie's not going to register by this Sunday. So
I'm going to edit this by tonight. That's what I'm saying.
We would have won
but you're not going to edit it. It's a raw podcast.
It would be nice to see.
We'd have won it by now anyway.
3 trophies in the cabinet in Southampton would be nice to see.
So 100 league goals they scored this season.
I think it was like 109, and
It's
they
ridiculous.
conceded
4.
They are so. I think they're in the 5th tier of the women's football.
Still very impressive.
And
Good
they should be in the championship. I
think they've got quite a young squad as well. So
because we developed
we
under
definitely
14s,
put
under 15s.
a lot of funding into that women's team.
And also
like
Virgin Media are their main kit sponsor now,
Yeah,
so there's more money
quite
going
nice
into the
touch
women's
as
game.
well.
Yeah,
which
definitely,
is
that's
as
good.
well.
What annoyed me is the fact that we had to go in at such a low level. Where the United women team, they made it this season. They got to go into the 2nd division.
Oh no! How it worked was like you have to apply for a position in the championship. Like you have to apply for a position.
Oh, okay.
To be able to move up to that division, and Southampton applied this year to go and get
such a late thing.
but Man United also applied as well, and because Man United are a bigger brand, then it was only one team could go up there, so United went up this season. So hopefully they'll apply for it.
We'll
again.
eventually get to the
We'll
championship.
We'll eventually get there.
Yeah.
Well, I think it looks better if you've got those promotions, you've got that silverware coming into the team.
Yeah.
If you're starting
It keeps the core of the team going as well.
Definitely.
The time of there, they'll be in their prime.
You think our rise, the men's team's rise, you think that core we built increasingly when we went up the leagues, and you think those players that we eventually sold, that's possibly the ones that fans complain that we didn't replace. It's because they've been with us so long, and you think back to the days where Schneiderlin was getting knocked out of his first team place by
Jack
Hawk. Some of those players that aren't in the places they are now, you kind of think you've got, if they have that base and they can move up the leagues, then they can hopefully go on to good things.
Internationals in there, youth internationals in there.
Two of them
promising.
got into the under 17s.
Yeah. Okay, so last bit, have a little look at Saints players from other places, some of the ex-Saints. Liverpool obviously didn't get to that
Premier League title.
Premier League title.
Thankfully.
Well, no one really saw it coming, to be honest. But Dusan Tadic won the.
There was a moment in there when
there was about
Brighton took the lead for about a minute.
minute.
Was it minutes or seconds?
It was literally a minute. I think it was.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah. And then obviously they've got the Champions League to look forward to.
As I was saying, before Mike interrupts me there, Dusan Tadic won the Eredivisie.
Equal top goal scorer as well. 28 goals, I think. Equal with the league.
And we sold him for 10 million.
Not bad for a Southampton failure.
Yeah, I just don't know where the failure comes from.
It's just the media. People don't do their research.
They
it's frustrating.
They
not
want
quite like Harry
headlines.
Tizard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, they'll still catch me, and I'll still get annoyed and click on it, and that's all they want, isn't it? That click. Once they got that click, they're
gets
fine.
them money.
Yeah, exactly. And if they call him a reject or whatever.
But do you know how many guaranteed Champions League winners are Saints players, ex-Saints now?
I think it's three and then Poch, I think, for Tottenham. And then because you've got Wanyama,
about 25
Wanyama,
Gaza.
Who's the other Tottenham lad?
There's definitely
This isn't good radio.
Gazaniga Wanyama Alderweireld.
There we go. Then Liverpool.
Yeah.
They're probably their best player this season. Adam Lallana, definitely. He'll get a.
He's out of contract next season.
Is he?
Yeah.
Back Saints now.
We'll leave that in the past.
Yeah. So there's for Liverpool.
In
There's
a year's time,
Lallana.
we'll be talking about that. There's Lallana, Lovren, Chamberlain, Van Dijk, Sadio Mane.
Just pick a number and you'll probably play for it. At some point in his career.
But it reflects well on us as well, doesn't it? You think a lot of the players we probably brought in have thought of that as the next step, and you can go straight off to the Liverpool
Win Champions League.
And I don't know.
It's their second chance. If they don't take
Yeah.
it, they don't deserve it. So.
Yeah. And there was rumours that we got some money if their players won the Champions League.
I reckon there was something in the
that's-
Van Dijk deal because I think they could see something going on here.
I don't know how truthful.
I don't think so. I think that was just last year. I don't think there's anything this year.
Maybe that was just some sort of hope of Liverpool winning. That's our only kind
I
of.
have no hope of Liverpool.
That's the only bit of joy we can get.
Yeah, that's the only joy we can get from it. There you go. I think that's pretty much everything.
Is that a wrap?
That is a wrap. Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah, definitely. So If you liked it, obviously give it a like, subscribe, share it with people.
Notification bell.
Notification. We've got a Twitter now. We set up the Twitter.
We've got to set a like target. 10
No,
likes.
no.
10 likes. Let's go for 10 likes. Come on.
Okay, yeah, we'll get
fine,
10. We'll get 10.
That's if anyone's still listening.
How many fake accounts?
But yeah, you think we got the Twitter. Obviously, we're on Instagram where we get most of the questions.
Yeah.
So thank you for everyone who sent in the questions as well. Sorry we didn't answer all of them. A lot of them were kit based, but thank you for your questions anyway. That was nice to get some feedback.
Indeed.
So I've been Ollie,
Harry,
Jambo,
Mikey.
Okay, well thank you. We'll see you next time.
Decent.
Bye.
Don't get the hashtag yet.